Oops.
If you have a piece of crack cocaine, no bigger than this quarter that I'm holding in my hand, 1/4 of $1, we passed a law through the leadership of Senator Thurmond and myself and others, a law that says if you're caught with that, you go to jail for 5 years. You get no probation, you get nothing other than 5 years in jail. Judge doesn't have a choice. Under our forfeiture statutes, the government can take everything you own, everything from your car to your house, your bank account, not merely what they confiscate in terms of the dollars from the transaction that you've just got caught engaging in. They can take everything. I don't care why they become a sociopath. We have an obligation to cordon them off from the rest of society. They are
Tesla
in
robot
jail.
experiences violent malfunction.
Away
Tax
from
worker
my mother,
at
your husband,
Texas
our
factory and
family.
leaves trail of blood,
So I don't want to ask
forcing
what
shutdown.
made them do this. They must be taken off the
That'll
street.
scare the shit. I think you have us open somewhere else, or I do.
No, I was told you I was recording it. You started talking. I was like,
I'm very sorry.
it was recording from the
I did the same thing that Charlie's mom did.
You did.
He told her he was recording, and she's like, "Oh, okay, that's nice." And she starts talking about the family stuff, and then you tell me you're recording it, and then I start reading news in the background.
Yeah, which would have been fun, like if you were here, but it was recording what was coming through
So
the
funny.
system. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Merry Christmas, Feliz Navidad,
Happy Noel. Noel.
Hope everyone had a great Christmas. I had a great Christmas. It was a little weird. It was very weird.
That is, you had a weird
I
Christmas.
do have us open somewhere. It's just so faint in the background, but I wanted to count as my view. So, which I wanted to talk about Christmas, but I forgot about the damn video. And then that's why I was late getting started from us jumping over here, because I recorded it real quick and then put it up and had to edit it real fast. That was really quick. It was like 2 minutes, and it's a 1:19 video. But I've always talked about that video because I think it's like such a huge deal. It is the definition of rules for thee and not for me.
Mm-hmm.
He's literally talking about it, but I always kind of hit on the part where he said judge doesn't matter. We say it's at 5 minimum. Who cares what the judge says? Blah blah blah. It's we're the government, and we say this is how it is. So that's what I always hit on and made a big deal about, until I listened to it the other day, and it's the end of it when Lisa was talking, where we can take away everything you own, not just what's there from the transaction. We could take your bank accounts, we could take your houses, we could take everything. Imagine, Hunter, that's like literally the funnel that everything came into the. If that was used on him, if that laptop had hit him years ago, like a regular person in the United States, that would have decimated their family, decimated their infrastructure, and how the money came in. It would have been such a huge thing, and he would have architected the law. It's literally he's hoisted by his own petard.
That's rubbed in his face as like hypocrisy, but the law that actually affected their family, I believe, is the executive order that Trump put in, that says if you do like human trafficking, crimes against humanity, whatever. all of your assets are
This
seized
is
and put in the
literally,
treasury.
it's like you didn't have to prove any of it. There's proof right there. You know what I mean? And they even said, "Yeah, I'm an addict. That was crack, and I'm a crackhead, and I'm a crack. Sorry, please feel sorry for me." There's no proof. There's no if you did. It's like literally here, and I made this rule that I now lose everything that I have set up, and my whole crime syndicate falls apart because of what I did. It's hilarious. It is hilarious.
They hopefully will get what they deserve. That would be nice.
Yeah.
There is a court date for Trump on January 4th. That I think they had been getting some good wins in the court.
I wanted to ask you about that because I haven't been like looking at much with Christmas.
Yeah. So the
And all
jurisdiction
we had
is
some
the big issue.
wins or something good, and they have like no case or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it's the jurisdiction. So they understood that it wasn't appropriate. That they didn't have jurisdiction or standing or whatever in that Colorado to be making those decisions, and so it will go on to the Supreme Court. Is my understanding of what's going to happen with that. Now, so when I found that group, America Promise, which I still think is trying to do good things, and I'm still looking into that, but they kind of have a long tail plan, so I don't feel a lot of urgency with jumping in with them. And I do want to do my research. I reached out to Ron Partain from Untold History, and I'm going to try to do he said he'd come on and do a show with me, and I want to talk to him more about that. But it's my understanding from somebody I spoke with that there's a risk of trying to open up or amend a constitution, any part of the constitution, because like it could get rolled back or reversed or changed or whatever. And that's where, like, when the Roe versus Wade thing happened, and then it got brought up to the Supreme Court again, and it got pushed back, and they were like, "Oh no," well, it wasn't about abortion. It was about putting the rights back to the state for the state to decide the decision, which is appropriate, and that is constitutional.
Well, I think that it was also a big thing that I now think is that it was because it was by design. It's like, okay, states, it's time for us to stand up.
Yes.
It's time for us to do this. And it's like the first thing we should do is Roe v. Wade, so that we make it clear.
Stop
states
killing
do have
babies.
authority.
Yeah.
And everyone is like, that look at
This
the left
also
hand.
goes This also goes with the Kim Clemente prophecy. He said they will stop eating their babies and then they will become one. This next thing that's going to happen, Trump has been saying, become part of the caucus, become part of the caucus, become part of the caucus. Vivek Ramaswamy encouraged the other candidates. They said, if they take Trump off, I'm going to take myself off, and you all should too. All this kind of stuff's happening. The 14th Amendment is what made us all slaves. People are very misled by what the 14th Amendment is and what the details of the 14th Amendment and what is packed in there. And that's what made us all slaves. And that is what they're discussing, is the 14th Amendment at removing Trump off the ballot. So if that goes to the Supreme Court and gets rolled back, we may all become freed. Just like the way Roe versus Wade was misunderstood to general public through mainstream media because it was manipulated. I'm wondering if that same thing's going to happen with the 14th Amendment once it gets up to this Supreme Court.
Wasn't there a state that said that we should take ballot or Biden off the ballot, or the division like Oklahoma was doing? But wasn't it? It's because the ruling was that Trump was like an officer of the government or something, and he wasn't. So it was like saying, hey, we're taking this person off the ballot because they're a truck driver. But he's like, no, I'm a surgeon. So they shouldn't have been able to, because he never was that.
It was something about his, they were trying to kind of have their cake and eat it too. I was trying to watch the hearing and my head got a little swimmy, but they said that, he was an officer. And then they said, well, no, if he was, then it would have been specifically listed, because it says like any officer of the government. And then it says like excluding senators, this people, but it does not say the president.
So what the hell is this? What the hell is an officer of the government? To me, I never knew that. But to me, that means CIA, FBI, so on. Bush was the director of the fucking CIA. So many people in the past few presidencies have been officers of the government, and that's how they got into office. So I don't understand how that's a law. And what's an officer of the government if not a CIA agent who became the head of the CIA?
Interesting.
You know?
Yeah,
Because
more
they
reason why they should not be.
president. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
It's very interesting.
Yeah, that's something I thought. I just going to want to talk about light stuff and how your Christmas was and everything.
We can, but you know me.
Yeah, and that's like, oh, I forgot that video. That didn't get us talking about like real crap. But Christmas was very good. It was very weird.
Yes.
A miscommunication with my kids, which made things even worse.
Oh, is that how that happened?
What?
It was a miscommunication with the boys?
No, not that part.
Oh,
but,
okay.
So first off, like I gave presents to my Asian son. I got him a watch and blankets. I gave him the silver, and then someone else comes over all the time. It's like part of the family. His name's Alvarez. His name's Alex Alvarez, but we have two Alexes, so we just call him Alvarez. I gave him a watch and same stuff. They were all like loved it. So I was happy. So I love giving gifts. I'm usually I'm really good at giving gifts. Like if I got someone to cry, it's like that's my goal. Is you cry and be happy. But my kids, kind of tough, man. And also, Ted originally was going to be a U.S. Marshal until he started to go to school, and he learned like about law enforcement and a lot of stuff like turned him off. Especially like professors, like, dude, there's so much shit. And just like
Marshal's different than police.
Yeah, but you have to work like up to that. And he was like,
oh, I see.
No, I'm not going to do it then. But his investigative mind is insane. Like since he was 16, wanted this expensive ass shotgun. I get the expensive ass shotgun. He doesn't know that I got it. He doesn't know I go to the gun store to pick it up. I kept it, hidden. And then for Christmas, I put it behind the couch on the windowsill. So he was going to sit in the spot. And it worked so hard to surprise him. I never can. He always knows everything. He figures stuff out. I mean, it's like he could walk in and be like, oh, you're the murderer. I mean, he's like Perot. But so Christmas Day, everyone sits down, like Nick or sits. I was like, Nick, you sit over there. I want Ted sit there. He said, why? Like, no reason. Just, just like your spot. He sits down and he went, 1885 shotgun. And he respun.
Oh my gosh.
And he pulled it up. And I was like,
he
said that I went insane. And he tells everyone the story. It's like he was so mad. I was mad.
Yeah, because you wanted to surprise him.
But at least we made it to Christmas Day. But he still figured it out.
Yeah. So had he been searching the house and stuff, or?
No, that's the thing. You can't talk about it. You can't talk about it. I said something like I waited. First off, okay, we're all iPhone people. Been iPhone people for decades. Decades probably. But when I was in the hospital, and also they're very weird. Him, Alex and Ted, they don't like me buying them stuff or spending money. He says it makes them like nervous. So this commercial comes up for those new flip phones.
Oh, I saw it.
They're like fold it open, but the screen folds.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like they're brand new. They're just about to come out. And Ted's like, man, it's really cool. Isn't that cool? Boy's like talking about this phone, which, I'd seen a million commercials for. So I was like, okay, boom. Their birthday's coming up, so I'm going to get him this phone. So I get him the phone. He does it. And then I tell him, I got you that phone. He was like, why would you get that phone for me? Oh, my God, it's so expensive, blah, blah. But now he's on, he's a Samsung person. That's the only Samsung person. Why did we start talking about this?
The gun. You were
okay, I remember now. But I think he figured it out. I was like, you didn't get me that phone, did you? I was like, yeah, I got your phone. So he knew before I came in. But he had an iPhone watch that he loved. It had all this like fitness stuff on there. He used the crap. It was like his favorite thing. And the iPhone watch doesn't pair with the new Samsung phone.
I see.
And he had looked in Amazon and wanted this Samsung watch that would pair with the new phone, but it was expensive. And he's like, "Oh man, I can't afford that. It's so expensive." And I was like, "Maybe for Christmas." He's like, "No, it's super expensive. Blah blah blah. I need, whatever underwear or whatever." So I got him all that stuff. So I waited though until like the 22nd of December before I bought it, and then I bought it. But he was having a conversation with Sebastian about the watch like the day before. So it wasn't, but I had planned it because he says that that's why he knew. And then like the next day I said something, and then there was a package that came from Amazon, but it had to be signed for. And he was like, what did you buy from Amazon? I was like, nothing, I don't know. And so they had to go to the store or went to the post office to pick it up. And it was a ridiculously huge box, but it didn't weigh anything because it was just a freaking little watch. He's like, you buying that watch? Like,
that box is way too big for a watch. Why would you think that?
He goes, well, me and Sebastian were talking about the watch, and then 3 days later we get this box. I said, it's like that watch was really expensive. You should have bought it. Like, dude, you're crazy. Yeah, but he knew. I wrapped it through in the back of the tree, like until it was behind everything else. Still, he waited till it was the last thing to open. He's like, I wonder what this is.
Well, I had another exciting gift. I share a couple gifts over on my channel, but my daughter and her husband got me this little thing, like it's like a toy basket for the dogs for puppy toys, and then inside it was like some more wrapped stuff, and there was this beautiful like letter that she wrote to me, is like etched on glass, and it was really sweet about like growing up and me being her mom, and now she's gonna have my back, and I was there for her. It was very precious and really, really
Very
sweet.
nice.
Very, very touching note. But then also there were these little other things wrapped and in there, and I was like, and I opened it, and they were baby toys. And I was like, oh my God, are you telling me you're pregnant? I mean, I was so excited. And she looked at me and she was like, no, I thought they were dog toys. So she accidentally bought baby toys, like little tiny, because our little dogs are like 4 pounds,
They're little.
and they're super tiny, and they love little tiny squeaky toys. And so these were like little baby jingle toys, and she thought they were dog toys to go in with the toy basket thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like so excited for like this long. And then she was like, Mom, no, give me a couple more years. So
yeah,
she and her husband are not ready yet. They just got married this last year. So, they need to enjoy their time together. But I was very excited.
it was this year. It was weird. Everyone loved everything. Like usually it's just like, okay.
Well, you have grandkids, so you have all that fun excitement with the little baby.
And also, I go overboard.
Yeah.
I always go overboard. I've always went overboard for Christmas. I know that. I admit it. There's 2 things. One, I was 3 things, I guess. I'll admit to the third one.
3.
So I used to buy like I went overboard, and my ex-wife, my kids were really little, and I used to go buy presents, and then I would go put them in. That's right, I put them in the trunks of the cars. Just fill the trunks of the cars up with toys and stuff, because the kids can search all they want. It's in a locked trunk. They're not going to get to it. She opens her car, and there's 2 guns. And she was like, what are these? I was like, oh, those are BB guns. They were on sale. And I was like, they were on clearance, super sale. And she's like, Sean, Nicholas and Robert are 3. And I'm like, yeah, but they were really cheap. It was a really good deal. And you can use them later.
Yeah.
And she's like, no, these have to go back. That's it. No. So, okay, that one. They were way too young. But they were on like clearance for like $10 each. It was insane.
That's wild.
And I was shopping for Christmas. You know, kids were little. I had an overflowing cart. But I'm a kid too. Like I was a financial advisor. My office was across the highway from Toys R Us, Target, and
Oh,
then the mall. On my lunch break, I would go to Toys R Us and walk around, hang out.
oh my gosh.
I mean, that's what I would do when I was like 20 something. I had 4 kids. Um,
Two
and then
sets of
I
twins.
would go to the clearance bin like every week and just get toys for them. You know, whatever's. It's like I don't even care. It's cheap. You know, and then I would bring them home. Hey, I got toys. So, but I'm shopping. It was in Walmart. Carts were full, and I had like 2 layaways or 3 layaways in different stores already. Plus, I had already bought a bunch of stuff. I mean, I already had 4 times what I had in this overflowing cart. I'm walking, and this black lady goes, "Ooh, honey, I'm coming to your house for Christmas." And then her friend comes and says, "Girl, you leave that man alone. You know he's shopping for a church or a charity or something." And I just looked down. Oh man! And
That's
then
funny.
the one was a couple of years ago. You know, Motley Crue, the bass player Nikki Sixx. He's a rich rock star. He has a podcast. He had a radio show like
Mm.
years ago. One still does, but before podcasts were huge. And they were talking about Christmas, and he was talking about, "Oh, I'm crazy for Christmas," and blah blah blah. And he's like, "No, I'm insane. I go crazy." He's talking about how he has a problem. And he's like, "Dude, last Christmas I spent $1,200." And then I was like, "What?"
That doesn't seem like that much for
Yeah, I was,
being
I was like,
a
I
multimillionaire.
spent more than Nikki Sixx. Like a lot more than Nikki Sixx. Like I got a loan every
Oh
Christmas
my God.
and paid, and then the payments were for 11 months. So every year I would walk in, they're like, "Free Christmas loan?" Yep. And then I'd pay it, So I
Wow.
already saved money. Then I got the loan, so I had this huge chunk for Black Friday, and
Wow.
So I was like, I would always go very overboard. So now with the grandkids, I like have to try because they don't care about.
Mm.
There's so many presents that they don't care. They're like, "Oh, wow, this is so cool." They throw it. It's like, "What's the next one? What's the next one? What's the next one?"
Wow.
But Nora is like a saint, so she doesn't care. She's always happy. Oliver, he wanted, and that's another thing. I always ask him, "What do you want for Christmas? What do you want for your birthday?"
And
Whatever.
Oliver wants dinosaurs, right?
Yeah, but he said, "He goes, well, I want a toy box. I need a toy
Oh,
box because my toys are coming out of my other toy box." I was like, "That's a good. It's really good, Oliver. Sure, yeah, okay."
yeah.
And then he's like, "I want Pokemon cards." So I was like, "Yes, thank you, okay." And then for Nick, I'm like, "Nick, I don't know what to get you." I was like, "You need tools? Can I get you tools?" He goes, "Yeah, that'd be good." And Oliver's like, "Hey, I want tools, but I want real tools. I don't want kid tools. I want real tools for kids." Which this was hard to find nowadays.
Oh, wow.
But I did find a nice tool set for kids. They're all kid size. It's really adorable.
Oh, that's cool.
Hammer. It's yeah. And so I want tools, the toy box, and then Nora's like, those plastic stars that kids have on their ceilings? I
The
want those
glow ones.
glow star. I was like,
Yeah.
it's like, okay, well, it's like, oh, that's it. Like that's the stocking stuff for kids. That's like $3.99. You know what?
Yeah.
But so then Oliver's like, "Oh yeah, I want those stars." Everything anyone would say, he's like grabbing the phone.
Oh, he wants that too.
Granted, I want one of those.
But he's
I want
still
that.
little. He's
Yeah.
really little still.
But
Yeah.
he like loved. I didn't notice, but we're building the toy box. Ted did most of it, and he's like, "Man, this is a really nice, sturdy toy box." And they had Paw Patrol, loves Paw Patrol or dinosaurs, and Ezra, he used to be in the Blippi, the Blippi creepy guy. So he was a gay porn actor, and now he's like has 1 million followers. But no, he's has hundreds of millions of followers and
You
views.
told me about this
Yeah.
person.
But so he's not into that guy so much anymore. Now he's into Paw
Thank
Patrol.
God.
And he's 2. So I'm like, Oliver's gonna grow out of the Paw Patrol, so I'll go for the dinosaur. It's a nice dinosaur. And then I got dinosaur. He said he wanted a robot and a dinosaur robot. So I have 2 dinosaur robots. What I bought dinosaur robots for, but I bought 2 because I wanted to have one to fight his dinosaur robot with.
Oh,
That was like an hour and a half, just constant dinosaur fighting. He did not want to stop.
constant dinosaur fighting.
Yeah, and then the robot is like a really like a robot, like a person. It's weird. It's from Russia, so the ads are really creepy.
Oh,
It's like, oh, my friend, I love you. I love you too. It's very
that
weird.
is creepy.
It is very creepy. You are my friend. It's like I can show you the videos. But then I was gonna try to like learn how to use it. Like it'll tell stories and interact and like defend you. It has like sensors. So if someone comes in your room or something, it's like will wake you up or tell us, say, stop.
Oh gosh.
It's like weird. So, but I didn't. It was too much to learn, so I just learned how to use the robot dinosaur so I could beat him. Which
There you go.
I did beat him, but he would be like, "Oh, I won." I was like, "No, you didn't. I knocked yours over first, then mine fell." He's like, "No, I won."
He's like, but yours fell last, so
Yeah,
I'm
but
standing.
and then Catherine, Nora's mom, Nick's fiance, is very difficult to buy stuff for. Like what do you like? I don't know. She sees for years ago. She said, "I like the Lord of the Rings. I bought so much Lord of the Rings crap, and I like this. Like she likes Ferrero Rocher, so much Ferrero Rocher candy and Lord of the Rings stuff. It's like I killed it. So I'm buying perfume for autumn. I'm like perfume. That's easy. So like messaging Nick, hey, what's Catherine's favorite perfume? Oh, she really doesn't use perfume. It's like, come on, man, throw me a bone. He's like, well, she likes this designer fragrance, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
You don't even sell it. You have to go to the website. It's like Balenciaga crap.
Oh no.
So it's super expensive. They're and they don't even make perfume. It's like Martha Stewart upscale. But they make like bubble bath and bath salts.
Oh, okay.
So I get her this giant bottle of the bubble bath, this little pouch of bath salts. And so when I messaged her, she didn't even know the name of the designer, which is weird. Nick did. But she, I was like, what's your favorite perfume? I really don't use perfume. I don't really care about it, blah, blah, blah. And then I was like, man, why do you make things so hard? And she said, well, I like fanny packs. I'm actually starting a collection. Does that help? And I was like, yeah, it helps. So I bought her 11 fanny packs.
Oh my God.
It was kind of a gag gift. But when I'm buying them, I was like, oh, one was like black with gold. It's nice.
Oh, I'm going to send you a link to a website that my daughter sent me.
I bought really nice ones, and I bought some like really cool ones. I bought ones that were like cute. And one of them was from the Barbie movie. I didn't know that. But it looks like really 90s, like all the geometric shapes.
That's what they said are popular right now, are the old like JanSport and like the old lady fanny packs.
Yeah, but it comes with like a hat that matches. So I give it to her. It's like a joke. She's going to just keep opening them, but she's getting more and more excited. Like she's like got one of those goofy smiles that like doesn't go away. She's like beaming, and she's like, I could wear this to the opera. Look at how nice it is. And I was like, that's what I was thinking. And she loved all of the fanny packs. It was like the coolest thing.
I love that people are happy. That makes me very happy when somebody loves what you got them.
Me too. And it was like everybody loved their stuff. So the miscommunication thing though was I call Nick and I'm like, hey, when you come over for Christmas? And Alex smokes the turkey. We cook and they come over and they pick. They don't eat because they have to go to everyone else's house. But he's like, oh, I want to come over in the morning, like when I first get up. And then I'm trying to push it back. I'm like, so you're gonna like open presents and stuff, and then come over? He's like, yeah. So like late morning. What's late morning? Like 10, 11, pushing the 11. And he's like, yeah, 10, 10, maybe 11, yeah. That sounds good. So I go right to 10 now. So I'm like, hey, Nick said he's gonna come over between 10 and 11. So it's pretty early. And they're like, okay, we gotta be ready. So I'm thinking now I've said we have to be ready. We have to start cooking and everything. So Ted's supposed to make certain things. Alex supposed to cook the turkey, and I get up at 9. Nothing's right. There's no food. I'm like, where's the food?
Oh,
They
like, haven't even started.
Yeah, they're like, what are you talking about? I was like, you have everything prepped in the oven? I was like, no, it's 9 in the morning. I'm like, yeah. Kid's like, I've been baking cookies for 2 hours. And I was like, you were supposed to do that yesterday. I was like, yeah, but I did something that made everybody late. I don't know.
Oh,
so
my
there's
goodness.
no food. And I'm like, I told you they're coming over. Like, yeah. So it's too early, right? And I'm like, no, we're supposed to have everything ready. And it's like, Alex, when Dad said that they were coming over at 10, like, you thought that meant, oh, we don't have to have anything ready because they're coming over so early. He's like, yeah. He's like, Dad wants us to have everything cooked and ready. It's like, what are you, crazy? What do you thought we were going to get up like? I was like, yes, that's what I meant. So
we'll have to eat at like noon so they can get out of here to get to the next.
Yeah, so we're going to eat. Usually we eat like at 2, but we're going to be eating, like at 12. So there's no food. We have buttloads of cookies and it's been baking for like days, and it's like amazingly good stuff.
Bacon and cookies for Christmas dinner. I love it.
They come over, and we're having a blast. It's great, but there's no food. But Ted's like, oh, taste this, and they're like, oh, so everyone's just eating. And then I got a buttload of candy for everybody in their stockings and all.
Mm-hmm.
And Oliver keeps asking. He's like, hey, Granddad, can I have this? I'm like, yeah, sure. I'll go ahead, sure. Your dad. And they're like, no, you've had 2 lollipops or whatever. You can't have that.
Yeah, no more candy canes for you. Stop picking them off the tree.
Yeah, and then he's like, okay. And he's like, hey, Granddad, can I have this? I'm like, yeah, that's Dad. And they keep telling him no. But since the kids were little, I always get them, the chocolate orange.
Yeah.
Okay, so for like 25 years, I'm buying chocolate oranges for Christmas for everybody. And so he was like, hey, Granddad, can I have this? And I'm like, yeah, you know what? Yeah, ask your parents, but we can break it. So I'm like, you can break it, even though they say you can't have it. We could break it. It's fun to break the orange into the pieces.
Mm-hmm.
And then Catherine comes over and she's like, no, you can't have it. I was like, no, we're just gonna break it. You can't have it. We'll break it open. It's fun. And she's like, no, Sean, you can't have it. You can't break it. No. and then she like walked off, and Alex comes in. He's like, Ted, did you see that? And he's like, what? Catherine just yelled at Dad. She's really part of the family now. She would never. She was like the mouthiest, quietest person.
She yelled at Dad. She's part of the family now.
Yeah, she's really part of the family.
That's cute. Yeah, she must feel comfortable, right?
Yeah. Also, like, she's really tiny, and we always call her. Well, the boys started calling her Big Cat.
Oh, how funny!
And she you get so embarrassed about it, and she was like, "Oh no, that kid's mine. It's just Big Cat." And it's all,
that's hilarious.
She's taking her place, yeah.
Aw, that's so sweet. I love hearing that.
Yeah, it was really. Oh, but then everyone started freaking coming over when they leave. People that came over the day before because they couldn't go out, and now they're over for Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't eat until 8:30 at night.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, like, who came over? They came over, and the kids were like, "I'm hungry. I'm hungry." I'm like, "Oh God!" It's like, well, we have some eggnog pie that I made.
Oh no!
That's the thing. Like, there was so much cookies and candy and stuff.
Yeah, the kids are all hopped
We
up.
didn't eat any of the desserts. The pecan pie is still whole. Eggnog pie is still whole. It's all still there. So so basically, so it was like 2, 3. It was 3 something, and I'm tired because by then, like we had already normally would have eaten, had Christmas done, time for a nap. So I'm gonna go lay down. So I lay down for like an hour or so. I get up, it was like an hour and a half. Cause I was set it for like an hour, got up hour and a half. Come out, still no fucking food, and there's different people over. And I'm like, oh, where's the food? You guys haven't? No, we've been entertaining.
Oh my gosh.
And I make a big deal about entertaining. See, that's really got me. Stuck it to me. And I'm like, fine. Entertaining is important. So then everyone starts, but then like they forgot. And like usually typically like Tid made stuffing, didn't put any Italian sausage in it, still in the fridge. I'm like, he forgot. He's like, I made the mashed potatoes. And I'm like, I make the gravy, but the mashed potatoes are too good, too creamy, and they don't need any gravy. And so they're a little, you put too much sour cream, so they're a little runny. I was like, they'll put a lot on the stuffing. Where's the stuffing? I forgot about the stuffing. They make the stuffing in like 5 minutes. But then you didn't put there's no drippings, and you didn't put the
Right. It's not the same.
sausage. So it's rushed, but I love stuffing. I don't care. And they didn't make I was like, you're not making the yams and the sweet potatoes and I got the marshmallows. He's like, no, I'm kind of sweets out. Just, I feel like, more. I was like, yeah, me too. Because all we've eaten all Christmas is sweets. That's it. Literal and cookies and stuff. So, and finally, like 8 something, and the food's ready. And Alex has to work today, and he goes to sleep at 8 o'clock at night all the time. They both, Ted and Alex both go to sleep like old people. So he's like staying awake for Christmas dinner.
Oh gosh.
He eats, and then he's like,
and then the tryptophan kicks in.
He goes to bed, and Ted's like, oh, I'm going to bed. And their mom, we like, she gave me paid the child support that she hadn't paid forever.
Wow.
And then she was that's why I have Christmas. But we've been talking, and they don't like me talking to her. She was a terrible person. I don't trust her. But anyway, she said something like, "Oh, y'all don't want me to come over." I'm like, "No, lady, you have decided to never come over. You like abandon them, blah, blah, blah." I said, don't start putting it on us or me.
Right.
She goes, I just thought you didn't want me to come over. I was like, you were supposed to come over every fucking weekend so I could work.
Right.
We're supposed to have this amicable, thing where it's like, you're always going to come over and we don't have to worry about this, or we're still friends. And it was nothing. And she's like, well, I was like, yeah, because you have a strange relationship with the kids, but you weren't like, forbade from coming over. So she's like, I could just come by. And I was like, yeah, I never stopped you. So she said that she was going to come by and she was bringing gifts. Also because, Ed's supposed to get that rocking chair for the inheritance. We thought that was coming, but it didn't. So she's like, I'm going to go to her kind of husband, and his girlfriend's house. And then have like Christmas and then go here. And then I'm going to go to Nick's when he gets home at night, and then I'll come by there. But it's like 8 something. So I texted her, like, are you still? She said, yeah, I just got here. I'm like, they're awake over there with the kids? So she was over there, and then Ted's like, I'm going to go to bed. And then she messaged me, okay, I'm away. But I need help bringing the gifts and stuff in. I have to wake Ted up. He's pissed. But Alex has to go to work. I'm not waking Alex up, and then Alex won't talk or anything. So he brings in the gifts, and she got gifts for everyone, but it was gifts for everyone. She got a whiskey decanter set with 4 glasses, so it's for everyone. But then she like hung out and we're talking and stuff. It stayed till like 4 a.m. It was weird.
That seems really inappropriate, but
it's weird.
That's very weird.
That's what we would talk about like the past and stuff. And
so maybe that was good. Maybe that's some healing going on.
I don't need any healing. I'm like fine. It was weird. Alex came out, go to the bathroom. He didn't say anything.
I'm sure he's like,
Went back to
it's
bed.
like seeing Santa. You just keep walking.
Yeah, I like Mrs. Janie, and I'm like, weird stuff going on. She's like, what? I'm like, oh, Donya's coming over. And she's like, messaging me, what's going on? What's happening? Blah, blah, blah. Didn't say anything. And I messaged her at 4 in the morning. Well, she left.
Crazy.
But yeah, it was pretty crazy. It was very, it was different, but it was like a really good Christmas. Really good Christmas.
I'm glad. It sounds like you guys had a lot of fun, and I can't wait till I have more little ones running around at my place. It'll be fun because right now, like Cannon wants X bucks or V bucks for Fortnite. Like, so that's like not fun.
Yeah, tell them it's stupid.
It is stupid.
They don't do anything.
No.
It'd be like if you buy things in video games, like a gun.
If you could take them off platform and use them in other things, like if they were really an
you're talking about crazy dreams. Forget that. That's not even in this realm. Everything in Fortnite has no real purpose except to look at. They don't improve your shooting. They don't improve your game. There's nothing that improves the game. It's just cosmetic.
Yep.
And
I agree.
So Tony that died, his son Logan has been obsessed with Fortnite since he was 5. He's like 11 now, and it's all he wants. Always, oh, happy birthday! What do you want? V-Bucks.
V-Bucks.
Hey, how you doing? I want some V-Bucks. Merry Christmas! That'd be Arbor Day. Can I get some V-Bucks, man? And I mean, Tony was giving him V-Bucks every week, and then he stole like $3,000 in that he charged on his cards like secretly.
Oh my God!
I mean, the amount of money that a kid spent, he's probably spent easy $15,000 in V-Bucks in the past he's been playing. And there's nothing. It's not even just one game, and there's nothing that improves the game. It's just crap.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It is crap.
I'm like, dude, that's dumb. That's the dumbest thing. Can't wait till you're grown up and I can tease you about all the money you spent on stupid V-Bucks.
Yep.
I
think it is a huge waste. And it's not like, it's just, a huge waste. It's not fun. I don't like it. Like, I'm like, do something useful. Like,
there's no value. It's like, oh, I really want this. Yeah, here's $25 in V-Bucks. It's the next week. That doesn't matter. It's like, oh, we want this.
Yeah, because they have new seasons that come out every week or every month or something?
I wanted that. I thought that was like, yeah, that was fine. But this is what I want. I'm like, dude, it's 8 days. What the hell?
It's like what they did with fashion. They came up with fast fashion to make things not popular anymore. And then they just had it coming out so cheap, so fast, and then people
banned Depeche Mode.
Throwing away.
The band Depeche Mode?
Mm-hmm.
That's actually French for fast fashion.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Depeche Mode. I did not know that.
Yeah, that was my ex-wife's favorite band, other than Boy George. She was like Boy George obsessed in like 8th grade, but in high school. So.
That surprises me.
Yeah.
Craziness.
Well, everyone, hope everyone had a great Christmas. I hope you enjoyed us talking about Christmas. Also, if you want to check out the first part of the show over on Lisa's channel, go and do that. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment so you're registered to win some crypto. When we do the next Crypto Rednecks, I don't know when Lee has been sick.
Oh no.
Yeah, horrible flu. Says he's dying. Not COVID though. Which Ted had it. A lot of people that I know have had it.
I will say I had a friend send me this, and supposedly they've tested the water, and it's like viral levels in the water supply skyrocket. And this was put out by Gateway Pundit. So if you follow them on Twitter or go to their website, gatewaypundit.org, I believe, there's a map showing viral levels of the great infection in the water supply. So very interesting.
Yeah, you can get a little flashlight, UV one, for like $3, $2, and I have one of those pure one water filters things, which
Mm.
there's nothing in the water except oxygen and hydrogen. And Texas water is pretty nasty. It's there's a map you can look at of water quality. Texas is just like below Michigan. A lot of the
Wow.
southern water is below. It's really bad.
I have a UV wand.
Well, if you just hit your water in your fridge with that, it will kill that kind of stuff.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, just
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Yeah, I hope everyone had a great Christmas.
Didn't Trump say that? Just put a light over it. Just put
Yeah,
a
you
light.
can, but it's just I have it in the silverware drawer next to the fridge.
Mm-hmm.
When you have to refill it.
There is my son. I gotta run and go get him.
Merry Christmas! Hit the like button. Oh, and Lee, and then he was going. He went to Ireland for Christmas.
Oh, that's cool.
To Liverpool. He's been super sick, so hopefully the next day or so we'll get that up.
Okay. Get well soon, Lee.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
See y'all later. Looking for a video.
Noel, y'all.